The Friday the 13th curse is real after listening to this fucking album. Of course, he named this Rolling Papers 2 because I swear to God, he wanted to make this into a weed plate. This is over 25. This is 25 tracks. He pretty much dropped a Drake on us, stream trolled us with this bullshit. All right, now let me get into background history. Now, Wiz Khalifa is, of course, a Pittsburgh native who blew up with his song Black and Yellow. Then he had a song called I Roll Up. He was pretty much a pop rapper who always talked about weed, more like a pot rapper to me. But of course, he came out with this newest album, and it has feature credits from Snoop Dogg, who he came out with an album with a few years ago and also a movie that was pretty okay. But let's start off this whole review already. All right, so you start out with a song called Hot Now, which is your standard, I was broke, but now I'm rich, with your very eye twisting, oh yeah, I smoked and my eyes low, like insert this Asian person, which is Korean. His eyes are low as Korean. Just trash. Then you have, of course, the aquatic themes with ocean and also blue hundreds, both, I guess, representing how I feel blue after listening to this album. Of course, blue hundreds have a posthumous, of course, feature of Jimmy. Rest in peace. Love you, man. And he has an energy to this track that was pretty good and solid. This must have been recorded a while ago as he referenced Juju on that beat for some reason. And also, he says that he'd been hanging out with the dogs and now his trigger fingers have fleas for some reason. Now, Wiz Khalifa basically co-signs that a retard make this track listing with very special, you're very special, like just horrible, horrible love song. Along with Go Hard, which is one of the most boring and repetitive tracks on this whole album. Then you have Holyfield, where of course he's referencing Evander Holyfield, biting off pretty much Snoop Dogg's line from, I think, Nothing But a G Thing by Dre. And of course, you have Rolling Papers 2. I don't know why the fuck it's at number 7 instead of like the fucking opener. I mean, that would have been a good idea. I mean, really would have made sense, but I don't know why. He referenced how he only walks into or bump into lame rappers. He must be looking in the fucking mirror. And of course, you have Mr. Wills. Mr. Williams, of course, and also Where Is the Love, which I guess this was like a Will.I.Am reference or a Black Eyed Peas, but I've seen Will.I.Am and the Black Eyed Peas, and they're pretty much woke and shit like that, and they're boring without Fergie. And so is this song. Of course, Currency brings an energy and vibe to this track that really need it, and I really like the beat switch, but overall, I couldn't save this track. But a young cat named Them XX Nights, I think, really saved this track when it came to the hook. Like, I love his soulful vocals. It's really nice. And I love him more on the bottom of the half of the album. He also saves it a little bit with, of course, All and Homework. He did a pretty nice job on these tracks. All right, so Penthouse have our usual industry standards, Snoop Dogg, boring little feature and whatever. I kind of dig how Wiz Khalifa did like a high-pitched voice at the end of every rhyme on the line. Like, pretty nice. All right, so of course the next track with Gucci Man, Real Rich. Gucci pretty much saves this song for me as he referenced Big Stone like Sharon, which was a pretty nice line, and he referenced himself as pretty much a meal ticket. Now the next track, Bootsy, I was really hoping that Bootsy Collins was on here because I hear this big booming bass and these reverse like a beat that's instrumented in the track, and I fucking love it. It was amazing. And of course you have Hopeless Romantic, which I wish Sway Lee put it on his Swaycation album, because this song is a fucking banger. Like, very nice. Late Night Message have one line that is pretty nice, where he referenced the girl hitting the walls and then making the whole building shake. I really like that little line. Rain kind of reminds me, the beat kind of reminds me of All the Way Up by Fat Joe. Like, when I heard that track, I was like, damn, is this All the Way Up? And then you get another 2 tracks in one with this already bloated fucking album. Of course, you know, Woods and Khalifa, they steal the ooh flow from Lil Pump. And also FR, which is For Real, For Real. Wiz Khalifa referenced King Overdose, which is J. Cole. Like, he could be referencing the J. Cole album. That was pretty nice. But still, boring ass song. King kind of, I mean, I think that T.I. would beg to differ that you're a fucking king. Gin and Drugs is a less clever reference to the Gin and Juice song that Snoop Dogg did, his homeboy. You know, 420 must have been a time when he realized that he was sleepwalking and recorded this track, because this track is so dull, especially with the lines that absolutely make no sense, where he referenced getting high every day like a doctor. I don't know what the hell he means by that. Be okay. I wish he actually spelled out the B, because every time I read it from afar, it says Brock, like he's from Power Rangers. No, I mean Pokemon. Somebody's gonna get me for that in the comments. It's On You, which is what the label must have said when they heard that he wanted to put 25 tracks on this god-awful album. Reach for the Stars finally seemed like they reached for hip-hop supernova when it came up with Bone Thugs and Harmony, which was pretty fucking awesome. All sounds like Wiz Khalifa is trying to jump on that Caribbean trap house craze a little bit too late. And of course, the whole Ty Dolla $ign's track is solid. I wish he, of course, did another feature with Kanye instead of Wiz. Look, guys, Wiz Khalifa is somebody I enjoy bits and pieces, but as a whole, when he puts out an album this long, it kind of gets dull and repetitive and boring. So I'm going to give this album a 3. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. I'm out.